Oh, hey there, John here, and I'm here in the exhibit hall at the Hands-On Discovery Center, where I wanted to talk to you today about rocket science. Because here we can actually demonstrate some basic principles of rocket science using one of our rocket launching systems here. All you need to do is crank up the air pressure and you can launch off a soda bottle or a rocket that you make from scratch. But the reason that it works all has to do with science. There was a very famous mathematician and scientist named Sir Isaac Newton that realized that when there's an imbalance of forces, it will actually create motion. In real rockets, they use expanding gases. As those gases are pushing out the backside, the rocket itself is actually propelled in the opposite direction, hopefully upwards. But I can show you today. Come on in, closer, closer, closer. Here we have our pressure gauge. We turn the crank and already we're up to 25 to almost 30 pounds per square inch, or 30 psi. So when we add our rocket body to our launch pad here, give it a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and blast off! Blast off! Blast off! Cool, right? Now, even though you don't have a rocket launch at home that's over 10 feet tall, I can show you guys how you can launch or make a rocket launcher at home using stuff that you probably have around the house. I'll meet you guys in the lab. See ya! Well, hey there, it's John here, and I'm back in the Eastman Discovery Lab at the Hands-On Discovery Center on a very, very special day. Weather permitting, this could actually be a historic day in the history of manned spaceflight, because right now, as we speak, sitting on the launch pad is a SpaceX rocket that is, well, on countdown to take 2 astronauts up to the International Space Station. And it's the first time in a decade that they are using an American-built rocket. Huge, go America, go space. So in honor of this hopeful flight today, we're actually going to make a rocket that you guys can recreate at home using materials you probably have laying around the house. First thing you're going to need is a bouncy ball. This is actually a squishy kind of foam ball. It's important that it bounces, because that's going to propel our rocket, not quite to space, but pretty high. To finish off our launch platform, you're going to need one of these bamboo skewers. They have one side that's kind of blunt, squared. The other side is very sharp and pointy, so be very careful when you take this and drive it into your foam ball. You may need adult assistance for that. And that's it. That's all it takes to make a rocket launch platform. But to make the rocket itself, you have 2 options here. If you have an old pen laying around the house, you can remove the cap, don't need it, pry out the nib from inside and the ink cartridge inside, get rid of that. Ours happened to be old and dried out anyway, so we're not going to use the pen. And then remove the bottom part here, and this is probably the hardest part. Yeah, got it, nailed it. Discard that, you don't need it. You just need the body of the pen, and it's going to become the body of your rocket. If you don't have a pen that you can easily sacrifice, or, well, they're all usable, you could actually just grab a straw. If this, like mine, is a bendy straw, you can trim that part off. I'll try not to throw the whole thing away. Get rid of that bendy part, because this can act as your rocket body too. But of course, rockets are a little bit more intricate than just a tube. They have parts that help stabilize them in flight. You can take a piece of paper and cut out some fins. Fins usually look kind of triangular. And to attach them, we're going to use a time-tested technique called tab making. Watch closely. On the side that you are going to attach to your rocket, you are going to trim just a little ways in. 1, 2, 3 little cuts just along the side that you're going to attach to your rocket. And here's where it gets tricky. You've made these little squares along the edge that you are going to fold back. Are you following with? And forth, and back, and forth. And that's going to create this nice surface that you can then tape onto the side of your rocket. Just take a piece of tape, tape down those tabs, make sure it's nice and secure, and you are, well, with maybe a fin or more, ready for takeoff. To blast off, all you need to do is take your rocket launch platform and your rocket body and slide the pen right over top. Come on. Oh, I forgot. There we go. Some minor technical difficulties, a delay in launch. Then to launch your rocket, you are going to take your rocket launch platform, holding it by the bamboo skewer, lifting it high up, and then drop it. When it hits the ground, the ball is actually going to want to bounce back upwards, and that upward bounce is what's going to push your rocket body, hopefully, pretty high. Do you want to see if it works? In 3, 2, 1, blast off! Whoa! Nice! Now, because we're launching a SpaceX rocket today, I went ahead and made a pretty special little rocket body, but it's the same thing, just an empty pen tube that I've decorated with some decorative details to make it actually look like the Crew Dragon rocket. Again, you're going to want to take it pretty high up and drop it in 3, 2, 1, blast off! Whoa! Blast off! Blast off! Oh.
But wait, there is more.
That went really far. Guys, try this activity at home. It's super simple, super fun, and really, actually works really well. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, guys, if you like this video, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new video upload. Also, check the description below. We're going to be listing some science standards that relate to rocketry. Also, down in the description, there'll be some information on how you all at home can support us in keeping the science alive. But we have a countdown started. I'm going to go watch the live feed of the rocket launch. Bye, guys! Oh, there it goes! Bon voyage! Victory dance.
That's right. Just get down with your bets up. Oh, it hit the mic, isn't it? Loud.